right, we've got to talk about the Miami Dolphins a little bit, right? This is a team, we're into training camp season. We're starting to see what teams are going to look like to get all the pieces in place. And this is a Miami Dolphins team that, as everyone knows, has a chance and a likely chance to be a top contender, not just in their division, not just in the AFC, but for the Super Bowl title. But there has been some very interesting comments about one new Miami Dolphin from none other than the quarterback, Tua himself, that I think Miami fans should be really excited about.
Yeah, Nick, I think when Tua speaks, people listen nowadays. Everyone knows how legit this guy is, and he's got an opinion on someone. It means something. So I'm really excited about this report you dug up for the Dolphins. But, Nick, I have an interesting question today because there might be a few answers to it on this roster as we speak right now. But, Dolphins fans, in the comment section below today, I want to ask you, who is the fastest Miami Dolphins player in NFL history? There's a lot of fast guys right now on this team. There's a lot of fast guys throughout history. But let us know in the comment section below, who's the fastest Miami Dolphin of all time? Let us know in the comments below. But Nick, let's get on into it. What is the big news with the Miami Dolphins?
Yeah, so one of the issues with a team like the Dolphins, and it's not really an issue, it's just a problem to overcome, is this is a veteran stacked team with a lot of new additions. And obviously getting everybody to fill into their role and find out exactly how they're going to fit is going to be critical. But the Miami Dolphins also made a number of key draft picks. They didn't have a lot of them, but they made a couple really good ones. And I think the best one, you and I have talked about him ad nauseum, is of course the running back from Texas A&M, Devon Achane. And what Achane brings to the table, I think, is very important here for this Dolphins offense. And Tua explicitly mentioned it. We have a report. This is from Finsider. Miles, if you want to go ahead and throw it up. All right. Speaking with Joe Schad of the Palm Beach Post last week, Miami Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa had high praise for Miami's new speedster on offense, Devon Achane. Achane has been very impressive throughout the first OTAs that we've had. I think when you look at the practices that we've had, I mean, he showed some pretty cool bursts of speed. Here's the key part here, though. Outside of his blazing speed, what other parts of the rookie running back's game have impressed Tagovailoa? His hands, understanding the plays, he's done a really good job with that. All right, I think that is the key there. His hands, his ability to make plays out of the backfield as a receiver. And look, I know Wilson, I know Mostert, they have a chance to make plays. They're decent receiving running backs, but they're more traditional receiving running backs, check down, some screen game, things like that. I think Achane has a chance to be a dynamic Christian McCaffrey kind of player in terms of receiving threat. Pollard out of Dallas kind of player as a receiving threat out of the backfield. I think that's the one element in the Miami Dolphins' extremely explosive passing game that they're missing. A running back that if you put a linebacker on him, watch out. He'll burn you for a 60-yard score the same way Tyreek Hill could, the same way Jalen Waddle could. And I think Achane will bring that element to this Dolphins offense day one because he has the hands and because he understands the scheme. Like it or not, that's a really hard challenge for rookie running backs because they have a lot of responsibilities, not just in the running game and the pass game, but also pass protection. The fact that Achane understands the plays and picks up on it good, I think is a great sign for the Dolphins. I'm excited to see what he does during this training camp. I think he's going to have a great one, and I think it'll translate to the regular season. But Miles, I'll throw it over to you now. What are your thoughts on the Dolphins and Achane and just Tua, everything going on with Miami right now?
Yeah, Nick, I'm really excited about the A-Chain news because I think this guy, like you said, it can add an element to this team. They didn't really have a ton last year. Between the two starting running backs, Mostert and Wilson at times, there was about 50 receptions between the running back position, around 400 yards. I think Ajane himself could probably get that this coming season. I think this guy looks to be very dynamic when the ball gets in his hands. And if Tua already is trusting how he can catch the ball out of the backfield early on this, or the first day rather, of training camp, I think that shows good signs going forward. I think this could be a really nice connection. And I get almost like Darren Sproles vibes of this guy, like a running back with great hands, elite speed, but he's bigger than Sproles. He can take more hits. He can be more of a traditional size running back. This guy's 5'8" when Sproles is like 5'6". He's weighing almost 190 pounds right now, probably gets up to 200 sometime in his career. So this guy's got some size on him, unlike Darren Sproles. I think that was his weakness, but this guy also has probably better speed than anybody I have ever seen. We had the story at the beginning of the season about how fast this guy actually was, posting ludicrous mile per hour records in his workouts. So this guy is absolutely special. I think when they get the ball in his hands out of the backfield, like you said, that could be the key because we all know home run hitters as running backs. We've seen it. But to have a guy that can do that and take the ball out of the backfield, I think that's going to be something truly special.
especially when you consider how defenses have to counteract Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, right? You have to go with those standard two deep shells, two deep safeties in order to eliminate what the perceived threat and very real threat of Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle's vertical speed. When you do that, you create natural seams for players like tight ends or running backs to exploit for big plays. We saw it at times with Gesicki some last season. I think we're going to see a lot more of it with vertical attack from the running back position. Don't be surprised to see that a lot during the regular season. I expect Achane to make a ton of big plays in this offense.